If humans disappeared, how would the world change? How will it affect other life on the planet? Today in this video, we will discuss what would the world be like if humans disappeared. In Wiseman's own research, this question took him firstly into cities, where some of the most dramatic and immediate changes would unfold, thanks to a sudden lack of human maintenance. Without people to run pumps that divert rainfall and rising groundwater, subways of huge sprawling cities like London and New York would flood within hours of our disappearance. What would happen to nuclear power plants if humans disappeared? With no humans there to refuel them, they would eventually stop and the cooling would stop. While the reactor cores would still be hot, so the cooling water would boil off. The cores would melt, hydrogen gas would be generated, mixed with oxygen, and just like Fukushima, the hydrogen would eventually explode. Within 10 days, pets and farm animals will die out due to starvation and dehydration. Humans will not be able to make sure animals eat and drink in order to survive, which will make it even more difficult for animals. Just a few hours after humans disappear, lights around the world will shut down. A few weeks later, those adorable small dog breeds will no longer exist as packs of bigger dogs hunt them down and take them out. A month later, cooling water at nuclear power plants will evaporate, leading to a series of explosions, much stronger than the Fukushima and Chernobyl disasters. After a year, the sky will light up with thousands of objects we put in the Earth's orbit as they come crashing back down. A quarter of a century after man's disappearance, 75% of the planet's paved city streets and sidewalks will be covered in vegetation. Cities like Las Vegas and Dubai will be smothered in sand as the desert takes what belongs to it. After 300 long years, metal constructions like the Eiffel Tower and steel bridges without maintenance will crumble to the ground. Swamps that once covered large parts of the world will reappear. The only evidence of man-made buildings after 10,000 years will be stone constructions, which can last several hundred thousands of years. Lacking human oversight, glitches in oil refineries and nuclear plants could lead to fires, nuclear explosions, and fallout. Earth would flourish. It appears the vast overpopulation and pollution of the world is the result of over 30 millennia of struggle to reach the moon. Who would take over the world and be dominant if it wasn't humans? Most ape species have very low numbers. That's why there's little chance of them replacing us as a top dog in the aftermath of an apocalypse. But we want to be very clear about this. That's just only about one reason. If the apocalypse were to come after some great ape conversation, programs sent their numbers skyrocketing. You'd barely have to wait until the last human corpse was cold before the apes took over. Bears can also take over. Humans are unquestionably masters of the planet. Even our natural predators flee at the sight of us, wielding our guns and portable bazookas. As such, no other intelligent, large mammal has ever got a chance to carve out for itself. But take humans out the equation, and suddenly creatures like lions and bears are back on top again. Leave them in that spot long enough, and they might just start to show something like human-level intelligence. Another animal are rats. Rats love disasters. No matter where, no matter when, if there's a large-scale catastrophe, you can bet a swarm of rats will be there. That'll be as true for the apocalypse as it was post-firebombing Dresden. The moment humanity collapses, rats will take over the cities, giant waves devouring everything in their path. Another line of species that can take over is cockroaches. Cockroaches are impressive in so many ways, we can't even begin to count them. They genuinely can survive nuclear exchanges, with around 10% of all cockroaches seemingly immune to the effects of lethal doses of radiation. They evolve at super speed. When exterminators started lacing sugar cubes with slow-acting toxins in the mid-80s, it only took the roaches until 1993 to evolve an immunity. That would be like us getting over our aversion to arsenic or cyanide in just a couple of generations. That wraps everything up for the topic of human disappearance. Thank you for watching.